The first time Marvin saw Salena, the world went quiet. The playground was nearly empty, wind carrying the faint creak of a rusted swing chain. She stepped forward, eyes sharp beyond her years, and asked if he'd push her. It was a simple moment, but somewhere between the rise and fall of that swing, a silent promise took root. "I'll protect you. You protect me." It didn't feel like a choice, and it felt like destiny. Fate tried to separate them. Marvin's family left the Fort Peck reservation for Idaho Falls, but only weeks later, Salena was placed in a foster home just across the street from him. The reunion was instant, almost inevitable. Nights were spent on a trampoline beneath a dome of stars, talking about a future that felt so certain. A family, a wedding, a life far from the pain they'd both known. Even then, their bond had already shifted from childhood friendship into something deeper. They were both ghosts in their own country, born without government identities. Marvin taught Salena to fight, but she absorbed his lessons with uncanny speed, surpassing him in months. In time, she became even more dangerous in a different way. A master of the hidden digital world, able to craft entire identities from nothing, leaving no trail except the one she wanted others to follow. The world they lived in was not kind. Drawn into the orbit of a powerful and dangerous organization, they ran jobs and survived on the edge. By the time Marvin was still barely more than a boy, they had a son, Marvin Birthmark III. Salena was determined that their child would never be powerless. She took him overseas to Thailand, where for 8 years he endured relentless Muay Thai training until he was as hardened as the life awaiting him. When they returned to the States, the truth became undeniable. They had been hunted for years. Bounties hung over their entire family, and the threats were closing in. That was when Salena made her choice. Without telling Marvin, she arranged a deal. His freedom in exchange for her life. She never mentioned their son in the bargain, knowing only one could be spared, and she chose Marvin, keeping the promise they had made as children. Before she disappeared, Salena forged for him a flawless government identity, complete with photos and videos of a life that never existed. And then came the letter, delivered in silence, her voice almost audible between the lines. She told him why she couldn't let him die, reminded him of the swing set, of the vow that had bound them since the beginning. She told him to live, to find love again, to remember their 5 most precious moments, and to let those memories keep him strong. On July 24, 2020, Marvin walked away from the life they had lived, stepping into the one she had built for him. The world now knew him by a name she had created, but the man himself carried only one truth. Some promises burn forever,